Hello, this is Akiko Sedano with StampinInTheMeadows.com, and I'm here to share with you another of my card making 101 series of videos. And this time we're going to look at embossing and punching and stamping, as well as doing some die cutting. And this is the card that we're making today. And we've got some designer series paper and some embossed paper right here, and then a little label with some embellishments on it. And this card is made using the 2 Every Season stamp set from Stampin' Up. And this is a stamp set that's got some very, very simple designs and some pretty little sentiments. And it comes with little punches, and today we're going to use the bat punch. It's got a little heart punch that matches this one, and it's got a snowflake punch and then a little leaf punch. So it comes in a bundle with the stamp set and 4 of these little punches. But today we're going to focus on a Halloween theme, and so we're going to use the Happy Halloween sentiment, and we're going to use the little bat punch. Also, we're going to be using the Monster Bash Halloween paper that Stampin' Up! Has in its Halloween catalog. And the first thing we're going to do is we have cut a little piece of the Monster Bash paper, and we're going to attach it to a basic black mat like this on this side. And we're going to do that. We're going to do this with liquid glue. So put my glue on the edges. And then lay it on the paper, the black mat, just a little black border around it. The thing with the glue is that it's easy you get a little bit of time to move things around in order to make sure your borders are even. And that's why I like the liquid glue, because I have such a hard time keeping my borders even. There we go, that's done. And then next thing, we're going to use the strip of very vanilla paper that I've already embossed. See, when the camera focuses on it, you can see how that's embossed. And this was done with the new Stylish Scroll embossing folder. Now this is just a regular embossing folder, so it goes in most of your die cutting and embossing machines. There we go. We got a good, and it's not the 3D kind of embossing folder. It's the thinnest style of embossing folder, so it'll go with it with any machine. But I've already taken that little strip of very vanilla paper, and I've already embossed it, and I'm going to add some more liquid glue to the back and attach it to my mat for the design of the front of my card. Okay. Let's go. Let's see. There's just a little bit of overlap between the very vanilla paper and the designer series paper. There we go, and we press it down nice. Okay, now our front background panel is pretty much, oh, you know what, I wanted to do one more thing. Now, I feel like the sample card is a little plain, so I have a piece of this black lace ribbon, and this is no longer available, but there's some other pretty ribbons in the current catalog, and there's one that's got a ruffled edge, and then there's one with some sparkles on it. So I think any of those would be very, very good as well. But I'm going to just take make a little bow on the end here, just so that we have a little bit of a horizontal, a little stronger horizontal feel there. tie it up. I'm going to make a little bow. Go. It's always a challenge. There, I think that's good. That's good enough. And we will probably futz with it when we get the label done and we position it relative to the label in terms of sliding it back and forth. But we have some flexibility to do that. There. So so we can now put this aside and we'll start to work on the label. I've already die cut out of basic black scallop frame for the outside of it, but for the inside I'm going to mix it up. On the sample card I just stamped it in black ink, but I think for the one we're going to do today, we're going to go ahead and let's use some black embossing powder. So rub the paper with my embossing buddy. And then ink up my stamp. And this is the stamp that says Happy Halloween. And go down. Keep for a second and then pull it off. There. And we're done with that. All right. And then we're going to take our black embossing powder. I have a little scratch paper here to hold that, to capture the excess embossing powder. Take our black embossing powder, and this is just plain black embossing powder. This isn't the shimmer embossing powder, and then just pour some on there. Tap off the excess. I think I want it a little darker. We'll see. Let's see how this goes. And we will take the rest of this, put this aside, pour it back in our little container. One of the things I need to get are those cute little containers with the spoons for sprinkling and storing your embossing powder, because right now I'm still using the old jars and paper method. But that's okay. That's good. It still works. And I'll get my heat tool, and it'll be a little noisy here. Warm that up a bit. Let's see. Not sure. There we go. Here we go. I think we're all pretty good melt. Yeah, we're pretty good melted. We're melted pretty well. And I don't know. I think this is just a little bit. I think I need to ink up my Versamark pad a little bit more. It's a little bit light. However, it works for Halloween because it's spooky, and it being a little bit off like that is a perfect thing for Halloween. And so this is from the layered ovals. This is the oval die from the layered ovals thing. And we're going to attach it right, uh, put it right here and die cut our label out. So I'm going to go take this over to the die cutting machine and I'll be right back as I crank it away. There we go. Okay. Here is our little label, and here is the rest of our paper that we cut it out with. And I'm going to just, I think I'm going to just use some snail to attach it to the label. And then make sure I've got it positioned in a kind of centered, and then press it down. There, that's good. It's not real crisp. Like I like, number one, I like the way this is centered better, but it's not real crisp. It's hard to see, like the one that I stamped in regular ink, but it's kind of broken, and I kind of like that for Halloween. Okay, so the next step we're going to do is we're going to make this little bat and use our punch to punch out a little bat, and just out of basic black paper, stick it in there and squeeze it down. There we go. Add a little glue to the back so he sticks to the label, and then put it down. Let's see here. We've got some strays here. I wonder, should we add another bat to it? It's easy enough to punch one out. What do you think? Yeah, I think I like that. So add a touch more glue. Just a tiny bit. Just need a little bit. Add it to the label right here. Boom. So we have two little bats saying Happy Halloween. Okay, and then the other little thing that I discovered was taking a black Sharpie and coloring your basic pearls. It's amazing how lustrous those things are still. And we'll just put it right there. I think that's good for our label. Good, and then we'll put some dimensionals on the back. And then we're ready to mount it on our card front. Let's just cut some of these from the edge. That way we've got some nice long ones, which are good for an oval shape like we have here. There. Okay. Pull the dimensionals. Oops. Yeah, we'll pull it off. Now let's position this with our lace and figure out whether we need to move our lace over. I think I would still want it over there. Do we want the lace on this side? Oops. Oh, no, that's our bat. We want like that, or do we want the lace over on the other side? I think let's just move it over on the other side here. Over to the edge on the white. Actually, it's not white, it's very vanilla. And then just put our little label right here. There we go. I like it. And then trim our bow tails and do some finishing touches on our bow. I think that this one is short enough. I think this one we want to make about that short. There we go. And then we will attach it to a pumpkin pie card base with dimensionals, with more dimensionals. Let's see. This is the last one for that pack. Boom. Hello, I think I see somebody has joined, but I don't know who. They haven't written a comment yet. Thank you. Welcome. I think I will take this one and split it so I have a little bit more support towards the top and a little bit more towards the bottom. There. All right. And then pull the covers off. There we go. 1 o'clock Sunday is a good time for me for doing these videos, but it's like the football game, the 1 o'clock football games are always seem to start at that time. But if I make the videos quick, then you won't miss very much of the first quarter if you're a big football fan. There. I do. I like it much better with the extra bow with this, so that you've got the horizontal impact thing where it's, and then a little bit more, because this the white here is just a little bit too blank. So the ribbon adds a little extra touch to kind of help fill up the very vanilla space there. And I think the two bats are they kind of pick up all the bats in the background there. Okay, so for the inside of our card, it's pretty simple too. We just have another piece of black for the mat, and then a piece of very vanilla for writing, and then it's accented with just another bat, and then a strip of designer series paper at the bottom. And so let's pull that together, and then we will be done. This card will be done. So I've got, just put a little strip of glue on the back of the designer series paper. Make sure it's not upside down, and attach it to the bottom of the very vanilla inside panel. Always like to look at the back to make sure that I'm not overextending my space there. And put some liquid glue on the back and attach it to the mat. There we go. And then put liquid glue on the back and attach it to the inside of the card. And I didn't put my, can I see through it enough to tell? Yeah. Move it down just a little bit. There we go. Oh, forgot one final thing. One final little bat in the upper corner to finish off our spooky theme. This really looks like the Batman symbol to me, but I like it. I don't know, maybe it's got to be a little bit different. But there we go. We're all done with a spooky little Halloween card. I think that the bow, this lace bow that they had from last year, kind of is elegant, and it kind of goes with the elegant old castle, haunted castle kind of look. But I think that the little things that we added, the little extras that we added today, really, I think, step it up a little bit and make it a little bit nicer. And they were pretty quick, and they were pretty easy to do. So thank you very much for joining me today for another Card Making 101 video. Next week, we're going to do something with a Christmas theme. I think we're finished with Halloween for now, but we'll do something with a Christmas theme. So thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for watching. And I hope you have a great week. Take care. Bye-bye.